Hello, welcome PAMP fans. Today I'm going to have a more informal video. It's always a slight balance between trying to have something as perfect as I can, but not trying to be a total perfectionist at the same time. A bit complicated, but So I want to talk about the Guardhouse boxes. Someone asked me a while back what kind of storage supplies I recommend. And I saw other videos talk about these Guardhouse boxes. I've been using them for a few years now, actually. I want to say hmm, about 4, maybe 5. At one point, I moved my open silver from flips to the airtights. And I think that was a good move because the flips are kind of flimsy and airtights are just more professional. I bought a big box of airtights. I think it's like 255 fit in there. And these guardhouse boxes work good for storage. And I just want to show you really quickly, and again, informally, some of what I have for PAMP that I put in the guardhouse boxes. This is not the guardhouse challenge. I saw people commenting and talking about that. So the first box I have is, it originally was one box for what I was storing in there, but it got too big, and now I have it in 2 boxes. So this is my Italian cities collection. And of course, I'm only going to talk about PAMP. Um, how many Italian cities bars are there? I know one person that's very knowledgeable about PAMP. His estimation was there's, like 35 or so. Well, I want to say now I've identified closer to 50. So there's definitely a lot more than I think people realize. And at the same time, I take my this is the Italian Cities collection. When it is complete, I really do hope to complete it someday and possibly turn it into like a book, because there's honestly so much material that I think it would deserve a book in itself. Book with images and text, briefly, of course. So I am missing at least 5, 7, maybe in 1 ounce, and at least 17 plus. So maybe like 20, 25, honestly, in all for my Italian cities. So that's why I know I'm not done yet. And that's only in silver. And I know they made Italian cities in gold. I've seen pictures of 1 ounce gold Italian cities, and I actually have 2 in 5 grams. So they do exist. So let's take a look. Here is one of them, Arena di Verona. Probably pronouncing that wrong. But so I'm a pretty serious collector. I just having one of things is not enough. I want to truly uncover everything that exists. So let's take a look at that again. So same bar, right? Is there any differences between them? Well, probably not. But if I flip them over the same way, so you notice the information logo is on the left or right. So they're different. Why did that happen? Well, my guess is they were made in small batches, and it was, when they made a new batch, an error happened. And is it a real error? Not really. I don't think anyone really cares, except for me, that which side it's on. But for me, it's important because it's a new variant, new type. So that's why I am saying I'm missing at least 7 known 1 ounces. Are there more types and variants out there? Absolutely. And I think that's why my quest for the Italian cities is such a long one. First of all, it's hard to get them, some of the designs to begin with. Not impossible. You do see Italian cities out there. But there's just so much to get. And of course, they have the 5 gram. I have not seen so far any 5 gram with the info on the opposite side when you flip it, though. So usually when you talk about this kind of thing, you flip it like a book. So you'd go flip, and what's the other side? Let's see. Here's another one. So I'm not going to go over and show you all the Italian cities. Again, this is just more informally talking about Guardhouse boxes. And I thought I'd give you a sneak peek of some of the material that I possibly will cover in other future videos. I do keep the little bag that kind of collects moisture, one or two inside the box. Why not? Collect some moisture. And in certain cases, so here we have 3 Milano bars. If I flip them, well, this one has the logo on the right, logo on the left, and a total different variant type. So honestly, there's just so many Italian cities out there. That's why, I do hope to, and 5 gram, I do hope to eventually complete this, but honestly, I don't know if I ever will. So that's box 1 of Italian cities. Whoops. Here's box 2. So there are so many, for me, cool types and possibilities, honestly, with Italian cities. I just keep finding more interesting material. Here we go. So here's an example of a gold one. So it's a gold 5 gram. So they do exist. Of course, there's the silver version. Let's flip these. Okay, so very obviously different types of that one. And it looks like I might not actually even have the 5 gram silver version of this, which is hard to believe, but not entirely. So I usually end up buying big lots of Italian cities, like, in groups. And what that allows me to do is to take a look and compare. Actually, I think this might be an actual duplicate, just plain duplicate. I don't like to store duplicates actually in here. I usually just trade them, get rid of them, sell them off. Because I don't like to keep duplicates in here because it seems I'd rather have just one of each. But that example looks like I do have more than one. So that's my Italian cities collection really quickly. There's honestly so much more to it. Let's take a look at this. Okay, that's a different one, different design completely. But there's more to it than just, is it the left or right? So here we go. Same bar, flipping it. They're both on the same side. So I'm glad actually I stumbled on this one to show you. So on the left, take a look at that PAMP logo. And then look at the one on the right. So I'm not sure if it's really obvious. The one on the left is smaller. Little logo smaller, they're tighter. The one on the right is bigger. So variant. I'm happy to catch that one. So now I know they could be on the left or right, and there could be a logo that's smaller or bigger. So the Italian cities collection is even that much harder to complete. So that's box 2 of Italian cities. Here's another box. And one thing I do like about the Guardhouse boxes, so some of the things I still have them in flips because they're too thick to, like if it's 20 grams, it's too thick to put into an airtight capsule. Yeah, the older 20 grams, they're very thick, honestly. So I just put them in the flips and use that. And I even put the old mint seals in the airtight capsules if they're small enough. Why not? It protects them. So these are a couple of old rosas. And I basically just group them by type the best I can. I do, of course, keep pendants by themselves pretty much. I don't keep the rosa pendant with the rosas because it doesn't seem to make sense for me. Here's a nice one, Zodiac series. It's a real old one. Don't see those too often. Here is the Susie bar. Now, I've had talks with people, and this is considered to be like the ugliest design PAMP ever made. That's what they basically have told me. There's different types. So there's this type with the blank spot in the middle, and there's just purely repeating Susie. Let's flip them over. Let's see. One's older, one's newer. Let's see what else I can quickly show you in here. I think this one was in another video a while back. Platinum, Cleopatra. I try to organize it. Now, some of these might have duplicates, even though I don't like to try to keep duplicates in here because. So 5 gram, these are okay. These are the exact same. So I probably eventually will get rid of the other duplicate. Now this one is in the foam capsule. It looks the same. One's in German and one is in English. So other than that, they're the same, which is really cool. So maybe just I keep the Italian cities, just one of each in the box. But these, honestly, I do see more duplicates. Some of them are just hard for me to get rid of. Like I have these two, and I believe they're the exact same, but long story, not for here, but I think I sold one and then bought it back because the person kind of, again, long story, I don't want to get into it here. But I actually ended up buying my bar back. Here's another Zodiac blank bars. Yeah, these are all many different topics I can cover, but just want to give you a quick look informally. Here's another box. So if I have, these are on the right side pendants. This is Nefertiti. And what is that? That's platinum. That's a cool one. Holographic Mickey. So I do have more pendants to show you sometime, but I like to group them into some type of category. And again, today's just informally showing you some stuff. This is the currency bar collection. There's 4 of them. That might not be a bad idea for a quick video to do sometime. Yeah, so the flips work really good for the pendants because the bail on there is just, it doesn't work so well with the capsule. So I just use the flips. This one actually is still in the original mint seal. I got it bent, so it's got a nice real bend to it, and I haven't put it in anything else, so I just kind of keep it in here for now. So this might be cool. I'll just show you quickly. So this is a Saudi emblem. So they often make them in different sizes. That's 10 grams. Here's the same thing in 1 ounce. And really cool. I was able to pick this up a long time ago. 5 gram. And the person I got this from actually bought it originally in Saudi Arabia. I forget if it was a business trip or vacation, but he was there and bought. He was the original owner, and he told me the story how he got it. So that's another Guardhouse box. And the final one I'll show you because the video's getting kind of long. And I do keep them sort of grouped. This is a whole new topic, is calendar bars in the 1 ounce bar size. So I guess I am slightly of a perfectionist where I do want to show you as complete topics as I can. And when I really know I can't, I like to hold back and wait and try to complete something. But in certain cases, I know I'll never, ever be able to get it for you, ever to show you the complete collection. So I just kind of go forward and share what I can. This is a 1 gram vintage soccer player. There's a bunch of these on eBay right now. So if you really did want to get one, there is, I want to say the person had like 20 of them. It's very unusual because before then I've only seen a very small number. I want to say available ever, I've only seen, including that guy's 20, maybe only like 25 ever for sale. So it's hard to get. There's the PAMP logo on the bottom. Lots of different, unusual, vintage designs. I'll get to these topics hopefully sometime. Actually, this one isn't a PAMP one. It's the Rammy. I just happen to store it in this box. It's a good place for it. Why not? Now, it does get hard to take the bars out if they're one next to another. So I do like to leave little spaces occasionally next to things. I did buy these tongs with these little rubber hands to try to pry them out. So you basically go in there and that works okay. And because they do have like these little rubber hands to the tongs, it works pretty good. I don't have that here, so I can't show you, but I did buy that at one point because when you have these boxes really jammed full, it's hard to begin. So I do like to just leave gaps so I can. So actually, I just picked up one of these recently. So this is Four Seasons, and I picked it up. Well, one, because it's rare. Two, was it a good price? I guess it's for 10 grams. It would actually shock a lot of people what I paid, but so I'll not talk about that. I was hoping I could trade this with someone eventually because these are so rare. If you're missing something, it's probably easier to trade it. It'd be more motivating to trade it than to actually sell it because let's just say I was to sell it for $100, right? But a lot of people, first of all, wouldn't even want to pay that. And second, the amount of time and work it would take to find it, it doesn't even, the money value really isn't even there. If you knew how long some of this stuff took to find, you'd go, it's not even worth selling. It's better keeping it because someone else might not want to even sell their extra of something. So to trade it is, in some cases, better off, honestly. So these are Four Seasons. Four Seasons is like almost a highly desired, wanted collection that it was almost mythical when I started collecting PAMP, and it's probably even more mythical today. Just because, honestly, well, it's a simple design. Let's take a closer look at one of these. It's a simple design. So it has four women, and they have headscarves. Each one has something associated with a season, right? So, like winter, it's like tree branch. Is that tree branches? It's like ice flakes. I'm not sure. Yeah, it looks like winter because it's just so desolate. If we take a look at the bigger one. So anyway, Four Seasons, that's an awesome topic in itself. And maybe I'll get to it as I get more. I just knew I'm missing too many to even really talk about. So here's another one that's cool. It's Cleopatra. Now that veil on it, it's not original. It was actually like an aftermarket add-on, but it's like in there. So I'm not going to take it. I'll just leave it in there. Okay, so that's my last Guardhouse box. I just wanted to give you a quick sneak peek, informally, full of errors. My video, not correcting it, just showing you and running with it. Do something different. So, thanks for joining me today. I know a number of people said I inspired them to collect PAMP, and that's really quite an honor. And I'm sure actually after seeing some of this, it might be inspiring as well, because honestly, there's some really, really amazing pieces, and you don't see them every day, that's for sure. So again, thanks for joining me. I hope you liked the video, despite it being very, very informal. Thank you. Take care.